Yep. So, hey, good morning. Just really looking forward to a home game and looking forward to seeing our guys get back out. Coming out off of the bye, we had a couple good days of practice so far, and our players seem to be really into it and really focused, and that's really good to see coming off the bye. And just a lot of work and preparation that needs to take place between now and then. But we're moving in the right direction this week, and I'm encouraged by what I see so far.
So I know their offense, Arizona's offense is not like Air Force, but they do some option and some sort of triple option type things. So how similar are they as far as like what you guys have to do defensively?
In terms of option responsibility, it's very similar. We have to play assignment football, make sure that guys do their jobs, be disciplined. But they give you a lot of different looks. They do a great job from a scheme standpoint. Put pressure on a lot of guys. Everyone's at the point of attack versus this offense, and they can be very explosive.
Is it a little similar to what Oklahoma used to do with Mayfield, when they try and spread that out a little bit and get your DBs way out here?
Yeah, it's very similar in some of the schemes they run. They get to spread out, get a lot of one-on-ones, a lot of run after the catch. They also do a good job running the football in terms of they keep you honest, and they're not afraid to take shots down the field. Quarterbacks are mobile, can make plays with their feet, and so we'll have to be at our best, certainly.
We don't know if Khalil Tate's going to play, but in 2 games against Colorado, he's certainly had his way. I'm just curious, have you gone back and looked at the past 2 times CU's played as Arizona, either as a way of what not to do or just to see what this guy's all about?
Yeah, I've seen some of the video from some of the prior matchups. Very explosive player, and I was going to ask you if he was going to play or not, if you guys knew, but yeah, he's when you have a player like that can throw the ball down the field and be accurate in the pocket, but can also take off and make plays with his feet. It puts a lot of pressure on your defense, and we have to do a really good job with our pass rush lanes. And obviously, like we talked about earlier, option responsibilities and things like that. And so we'll have to be very, very sharp.
Coach, we've seen some pretty wild and unexpected results around the Pac-12 the last few weeks. Just wondering, are you someone that tunes into as many of those games as you can, maybe especially on a bye week when you might have a little more time, or are you strictly watching game film of the next opponent?
So I do both. And I even picked up a JV football game Saturday morning, and but I like to watch ball, and I flip the channels. That's a great thing about being in the air conditioning, man, and the flat screen and the cable and the remote, man. You can see a lot of games, and so. But yeah, it's that's why you play the games. There's you never know what's going to happen on any given Saturday, and so it's very exciting. College football is really exciting right now. There's a lot of teams still in it and in the hunt, and we just have to really focus in on what we have to do.
We've heard a decent amount from players and coaches this week just about how Arizona's defense is similar to ASU and just being chaotic up front, being multiple. What have you kind of seen from that defense that can be troublesome for your offense?
Yeah, they're very active. They're aggressive. They have no problem pressuring on any down and distance. They mix up the looks, mix up the fronts. They have really good coaches over there. They got a good scheme, good players, and they're definitely an attacking, ball-hawking group of guys.
Hey, Coach, what challenge is it for your defense to have to prepare for 2 separate quarterbacks in any given week like this?
Yeah, it requires extra work because we're not sure which guy we're going to see. But that happens from time to time. you have to make sure that that you know which quarterback's in the game. You got to have a game plan for one quarterback, and then maybe another game plan for another. There's a good part of the game plan is going to be comprehensive for both quarterbacks, but there are some things that will be unique depending on who's in there.
Does Tate remind you of anyone you've seen, whether it be this year or in your past coaching days? Is there someone who you're kind of like, yeah, he kind of reminds me of that guy?
I can't say for certain, but I know he's a unique player, and he can. I mean, his PFF numbers are really high. I mean, he's a big time player. I mean, he can do it all, and you don't see guys like that every week, and so he's definitely one of those guys you call a game wrecker. He can wreck the game, and he's one of those guys that can take over a game, and so we just need to limit the explosives and try to contain them as best we can.
You mentioned PFF there. Do you use that as a coaching staff? How accurate are those numbers typically?
I use everything that I can get, and it's sometimes it doesn't tell the entire picture, but sometimes it tells it gives you something, and we have an analytics department here, and so we look at the numbers and see what we can use, and sometimes we'll see something and say, let's dig a little deeper on the video and check it out, and so but obviously we try to information overload is you can get some of that, so you have to make sure that you have really good judgment on what information you use and what information you relate to the players. You got to give them something they can use.
Coach, just wanted to ask you about the California legislation,
Mm-hmm.
the Fair Pay to Play Act. Do you think this is the beginning of a change in amateurism, supposed in college sports, and is it a long time coming?
It's, only time will tell. It's kind of early in kind of the process of what's going on. I think it's 2023 when that may go into effect, and so there's still quite a bit of time between now and then. We'll just have to see how it plays out.
And with California being so many schools in the Pac-12, how is that going to affect recruiting?
Yeah, well, it just remains to be seen. You can say it can affect recruiting, but you really don't know. I don't think anyone knows right now. It's kind of all speculative, and so I think we'll know more as time goes on.
We talked about the big play potential of Arizona's offense, and that's been one of the things that, I don't know, maybe has been an issue with Colorado's defense this year, is allowing big plays. Looks like there's been some miscommunication in the back end. Is that offenses just doing a really good job of confusing defenses, or how much of that is your guys still just sort of learning what they need to do?
It's more for us about execution and communication on our part. Obviously, offenses do a good job with shifts and motions, and they, really good scheme and good design with plays. But everything we do is sound and solid, and so if we execute, which we should be able to do, we should be in position to make plays. And so when we're not in position to make a play on the ball or fit a run, it's usually some type of error on our part.
So a lot of us obviously want to see, Laviska, Mustafa, guys like that. I know it's game time decision, but my question for you is, you have guys that have stepped into roles that maybe haven't played. Like there were some guys against ASU that hadn't played the first 3 games. How have you seen confidence turn into those guys playing well and bringing that to the field and knowing, hey, I've got an opportunity here?
Yeah, we've got some guys that are day-to-day, so we'll see how it goes. There's really no substitute for playing time like in actual games, and you can try to prepare them as much as you can in practice and tell them, hey, you know, you're only one play away, and you know, we get them ready best we can. But you know, it's a little different when they actually get out on the field and play for the first time. And what I've seen from our guys is that once they've gotten out there and they get a taste of it, you know, then they have a different perspective when they come back, you know, to practice the next week in terms of, okay, I know what it's all about. You know, I've done it. Okay, now let me focus on getting better and really hone in. And so, you know, you always talk about experience, right? And is the best teacher. And so I love to see that. I love to see young guys play. It's exciting for me to see guys that haven't played get a chance to step up and get the job done. I think the more guys you play, the better morale you're going to have on your team. More guys have a role, whatever that role is, whether it's offense, defense, special teams. Every role is significant, and so I just think it's a healthy, you know, deal to have, you know, lots of guys playing.
Anything else for Coach?
Oh, one more.
So kind of follow up my last question. So as a head coach with a defensive background, you being a former DB and DB coach and defensive
Yeah.
coordinator, you talk about the errors that maybe have been made here in week 5. Are you surprised at the amount of errors that are still happening? How frustrating is it? Do you feel you're close to really turning the corner there?
Yeah, nothing really surprised me at this point in my career. You know, I can't say I've seen it all, but I've seen quite a bit. And so, you know, frustration for me is probably not the best word to describe it because it really doesn't help. You know, I'm always looking for ways, and we're always looking for ways as a coaching staff to, you know, find solutions, get guys better, get guys in better positions so they can make plays, and that's you know, that's what we work to do every day. But you know, obviously there's a reason being a secondary coach for 23 years. You know, I don't have much hair on my head. You know, it can be a little testy back there every now and then. It's very unforgiving.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.